All right, here we are. It's a White Oak Flat Cemetery, established in 1830. We're gonna walk around up here with you guys and kind of see which one's the oldest. All right, look, come here. This one down here is 1946 to 1980. Look. We're gonna check these out right over here because I know they're pretty old. This is the ogle. This is gonna be on the back side. We look down here. There's Thomas Austin from 1929 to 2004. There's a 1933. They was only 8 days old. There's 1940.
Really? 8 days old?
Here we go right here. Hattie, 1898 and passed away in 2002.
That's about
104 years old. We'll look down right here.
That was literally about, for our time, it was about,
There's Charles, 1893 to 1945. There's one Isaac from 1867 to 1951.
There's a lot of flies up
Jemima, 1872 to 1923.
there. Wow.
And we go on back here to this back section, back right.
Look.
This one says father, got the footstones, father and mother. 1895 to 1966. And Esme, 1898 to 1966.
Oh my God.
This one's 1928 to 2008, 1928 to 2002.
Wait, what? How long?
Luther back there, last name, 1915 to 1976. There's 1918 to 2002. There's bugs all over the place back here. Infant, August 15th, 1935. All right, Luke. Here's some 1909 to 1998.
Even the flowers are dead.
1909 to 1987. Opal Husky.
How old was it, maybe?
There's 1931 to 2001.
Daughter of the early Husky.
There's Don Husky, U.S. Army, Korea from 1930 to 1972. 1938 to 1945 is young. Before we go on back that way, we'll check these out. This one's kind of off to its side. At Rest, Claring J. Trentham, 1861 to 1926. This one here is an older one. 1907 to 1930. Here's another ogle. 1866 to 1939 and 1871 to 1934. Here's some Johnsons looking. Lee Nelson Johnson Jr., Tennessee, U.S. Army, Korea, 1931 to 1964. There's a 1908 to 1997, 1931 to 1964. Come here, look. There's a 1928 to 1934. Reagan, 1897 to 1951. 1909 to 1980. Pretty creepy, ain't it, Luke?
Yeah, and that big bugs keep on coming.
There's 1932 to 1955. This one was only about a week old. 47 to 54. A lot of Reagan people up here. There's 1877 and 1967. There's Ogle, 1878 to 1970. This one, they came and decorated these up, Oakleys. 1920 to 2000, 80 years old. (1913 and 1991, 38 to 99. We're getting back here to some older ones. Cole and King, 1905 to 1966.
1930 to 1954.
Yeah.
I want to get all this place over.
This one looks like logs built up.
What? On this?
Yep.
This was probably like really old. Yeah, this.
1885. And right here, born in 1890. You don't have the ending date.
Maybe they're still alive?
Died 1954, and that was there 1980. So they got the footrest. You come back over here at this old tree, and one of them's actually got it swallowed up. 1894 till 1938. Private. Another veteran. There's another one there that's older. Looks like Marines. (1876 and 1956). Back there in the Ogle, sitting back in the woods. It's like kind of got a sword on it, or a base. That's just in this back corner. We still kind of got all of these. Definitely walking around.
Are you trying to change it all? If you ever
1940, 03 to 45, 07 to 59.
If you ever want to come up here, the best would be with bug spray.
Yeah, you definitely need some bug spray right now.
Because bugs really
1900 and 1979. There's 1900 to 1937. Here's some larger, newer headstones. Mar from 72 to 1991, got a big inscription on it. 1945, 2018. She is still living. 1943. We'll come up here. 1945 to 1967, Vietnam War, Fox. Here's an older thing up here. We'll come up here and take a look at. (1934 to 2007), U.S. Army. But there's so many old ones back here.
I'm not gonna do that.
We'll kind of skim through it.
I don't
There's a couple birds sitting on those. There's some more Reagans. See a lot of Ogles, a lot of Reagans up here. All right, come back down here, look.
I'm coming down.
We got one more person out here walking around. That was 1963 to 2019. The ground is still dirt. It's 1844 to 1929. Noah Ogle, 1850 to 1926. Some old headstones up through here. 1842 to 1923.
I don't like this grass.
Yeah, they haven't mowed it in a while. There's Bell. (1903 to 1928). If you go on back here, look, we'll walk up here. Yep, that one's broke.
I do not like this place at all.
Look, you imagine walking around out here in the pitch black,
Yeah,
darkness, with maybe just a lantern.
that one broke down.
1857. That one's there was 1866 to 1937.
Yeah, we don't
He must
even
be
get
buried at a different location.
we don't even get to read that one. It was after
1952 to 53, 27, 49.
Ready to go down.
Up here, it's even older. 1854 to 1938. There's Private Levi Hamilton Ogle. 1847 to 1923. Look at here, these got animals on it. There's a Husky, 1942 to 1944.
Why is the husky all the way over here? Ain't it supposed to be down there?
May 6, 1942, December 28, 1943. That one's got a lamb. These are lambs. Mother and father, 1891 to 1951, 1891 to 1950. This one here has got like a little rock going around the grave site. 1885 to 1984, 1877 to 1943. Pains. There's like other kind of like markers on the ground down here. Look at the old ones, just barely sticking up. Another Ogle, 1819 to 1880, 1823 to 1890. Head marker there. Like I say, these are monster cemetery that's just old, leaning over. I wish I could fix something like that. That one's just a slate, like a head marker.
Makes sense because it's all over here.
Inside there's another one just kind of lift up, kind of like blind markers. I can't even read that. 1891 maybe.
18.
It was 1854 to 1894.
1895.
There's a small one. There's like some kind of markers down through here. On back in here. There's a fence right through there.
You know dogs are only coming after me?
There's a marker there. 1812 to 1895. Grandma of Riley M. Oakley. 1851 to 1894. You can see where they wrote on these, how old it is. So that's how they used to do it back in the day. Let's say 1894, they just etched them in and later on made an actual headstone, updated. This one there, chiseled in there. Slate, it's wrote on. I can't read it. That one's barely readable. Looks like 1949 to or 18 something. I can't hardly read it. But all these smaller ones just kind of odds and ends sticking out of the ground. It goes on back to the fence line. That one's barely sticking out. Could trip over it. A lot of bugs, gnats flying around. But, Blake, you ready to get out of here?
Yeah.
But watch out, that one's sunken in. It could be something down in there.
Oh, my God. Something was coming in. No, like that.
1822 to 1859. Thomas Ogle, Private East Tennessee Militia, War of 1812. 1784 to 1862. There's some more Ogles back in here. (1756 to 1827). So far, I believe that's the oldest one I've seen.
Same.
Mother of 5 sons and 2 daughters.
Almost 100, right? Or more. 100 or
And
more.
this one down here, born 1790 to 1855. That one had something on the back, probably said Ogle at one time. Here's another one, 1803 to 1882, I believe. There's another, that's a wife. Like I say, pretty neat cemetery, old cemetery.
Yeah, if you're ever in Gatlinburg and come here, you need to have bug spray. There's a lot of bugs falling.
There's some more Ogles back in here.
Oh,
This one here,
grass haven't even grown.
Minnie E. Doggin from 1880 to 1940.
Why won't the grass grow?
40 years old.
The grass still hasn't grown.
This one here was probably sunken in, and they had to put some more dirt up here.
Yeah, probably
1905 to 1906.
probably like less than a year ago that happened.
Didn't make it a year.
For,
There's 1868 to 1963. But like I say, if you guys are ever up in Gatlinburg,
and if you're coming here,
come check out the old cemetery.
Yeah. I know I keep on saying have a merch place.
White Oak Flats Cemetery. Luke, what do you think of it?
I don't really like it.
You don't really like it. It's
Yeah, I
creepy,
don't
ain't
like
it?
And
Like I say,
bugs.
you can see in the background of us, we're right up above the old putt-putt and the Gatlin putt-putt up here in the middle of Gatlinburg.
Don't like this.
White Oak Flats, established in 1830. To the family and friends of White Oak Flats Cemetery, we are asking for help to upkeep, maintenance, and care of the cemetery. In past years, we have been able to use accrued interest from the account to pay for cemetery expenses. We are concerned with the cost of services and inflation continue rising, that the funds will be depleted in the coming future. Please consider donating to help us maintain the cemetery. Checks can be mailed to White Oak Flats, Cemetery in care of Gatlinburg Rotary Club for the upkeep of White Oak Flat Cemetery. Thank you. White Oak Flat Cemetery, Gatlin Rotary Club, and P.O. Box 1144, Gatlinburg, Tennessee 37738. There you go, folks. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and if you lasted to the 20-minute mark of this cemetery tour, I appreciate you.
Please get us like 1,000 likes, because I feel like it would be worth it because there's so much bugs here.
Yeah, a lot of bugs up here. I appreciate everybody watching.